Monday morning, and welcome to Around the Table with Dan and Ann.
Good morning, Ann.
Good morning, Dan. How are you?
I'm doing just fine. How are you?
You're so proper.
I'm prim and proper.
I want to know if anyone out there read the continuation of the story about the bunny, because it was actually, the little picture you had was adorable.
I had somebody stop me during the weekend and ask me about that, and they were saying, I was a little confused.
So are we.
Oh my gosh. And I didn't get a whole lot of response, and I'm thinking, oh, this is like people are thinking, I think Dan is probably needing to go to the mental institution.
He has lost his marbles, or his last of his marbles. So, did we have any comment on it? Did we? I didn't really look.
Not a lot.
People don't watch our show.
Yeah, well, it's a little bit, it's odd humor. It's a little bit, it is satirical, but it's kind of realistic, like, this guy's lost his mind.
It was improv. It was completely improv, too. So, it was fun.
Go back and watch the little segment.
Yeah, go and watch Friday's show, and then go find the little thing to scroll through about the little bunny and what happened.
Of course, it could just be me and you.
It could
just be between us. Any of the jokes just between me and you.
Well, nobody wants to join in on that one, I guess. But it was funny. Oh, you know what?
It won't be the last, I'm sure.
Today, I got up this morning thinking I will usher winter right out the door with my own two hands, if at all possible.
Okay.
I'm over it. I'm over the wet.
Well,
we have a weather advisory
yeah.
when I say that. Okay. I don't know what it says. I can't read it and still look at you. So, oh well. Anywho, I'm glad to see the rain has left the vicinity. Everything is sopping wet.
Yes, but it's still cool out.
Yeah, that's a big cool. No bueno for me. We had to start our hardy furnace up again.
I know, yeah. My little wall furnace came on. Yeah, my little wall heater came on.
I'm done with it.
If that thing comes on, it's cold. Yeah. I get it. I get it.
You poor baby. I'm gonna just.
I didn't do a whole lot. I didn't do a whole lot this week. I didn't go out. Kind of stayed in.
Too nasty.
We've got chickens in the tub, and
what?
We got 6 chickens.
You got
chicks in the bathtub.
So you went and got more, because your other ones
the
passed
other ones
away.
Well, they had different plans.
God had different plans for them.
I don't know when you ship these. When they ship animals, I don't know how they ship them. I know they ship them like UPS or FedEx or something.
But how do you?
And they sling them around and stuff. I don't know how they survive to begin with.
I don't either. They're tiny little critters.
Yeah, and they're susceptible to cold and humidity and light and heat.
And they get, I think they get a little. Their psyche gets out of whack. Don't you think?
Well, they go into shock.
It's hard on their system to do all that.
Yeah.
But you've got 6. Mm-hmm. And just wait, there'll all be roosters.
None of them better be
my
roosters.
Luck.
Yeah.
That'll be my luck.
Yeah, none of them are roosters. Hopefully.
I have some in the incubator. I've got 18 in the incubator.
Okay, and how do you do that? Do you have to turn them every?
No, it turns. It's one that I'm not turning them. I have to add water to keep the humidity. There's a certain percentage you're supposed to have the humidity at 55 to 60%.
Is this a UL approved incubator?
Yeah, sure. It's Farm Innovations.
I mean,
that sounds good enough for me.
You didn't build it. You did. You bought the thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's UL approved.
I guess.
You know who UL is?
No, I don't.
It's the Underwriters Laboratory.
Is that like a real thing?
Yes.
What do they do?
Look at my face.
I see it.
Yes.
You're full of.
No, I'm serious.
Malarkey.
No, it's a Underwriters Laboratory.
What do they do?
And they test things. If you look on every electric device that you plug into the wall, should have a cord on it. It should say UL approved.
Well,
You know how they go through the process. I don't. They plug them in, and if the device comes on, they put a sticker on it.
And you hope that it actually works.
Yes, and if it smokes, they don't put the sticker on it.
It's a problem. Well, this keeps the temperature at a certain, whatever. But it's got vent holes, and I have to kind of change those when I add water because the humidity increases.
Yeah.
Anyway,
and when are they supposed to hatch?
I'm on day the countdown
Is it
from 21 is
21
the
days,
day,
yeah.
and we're on countdown, and it's day 15 today. So it'll be the 21st of this month is when they're supposed to hatch.
Okay, so another 20
But these are
days,
unique. Hopefully, some of them will turn out to be the unique chickens that I'm hoping survive that are not roosters. The laughing ones.
Okay.
There's some laughing ones.
But they're not roosters.
I don't know.
I think the
can't find-
roosters do the laugh thing.
Is okay. Well, we'll see.
Well, you want the roosters? You
Well,
want roosters?
maybe I'll take one if it'll let me warm up to it and not chase me around the yard like the rest of my roosters have. Otherwise, it's gone. I'm done with that.
Okay.
We'll see.
How do you know? How do you know?
Well, when it starts getting its comb is the only way I know.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't till it's, I can't tell it in the egg. We'll candle them here at, I don't know, 7 to 10 days.
What?
You candle them. You hold them onto it's like a flashlight thing, but it's called candling.
I guess in the old days they used candles.
Or, I guess so.
Yeah.
And if you see the yolk moving, then you put it back in the incubator. If it doesn't move, then you figure it's dead and you toss the sucker.
You don't ever open them up to see?
No, I don't.
Oh, that'd be interesting, though.
I think Richard did that once.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That'd be interesting. Yeah.
Whatever. I just figure it's been in the heat and been there for 10 days. I really don't want to crack the sucker.
Yeah.
It's going to stink if it didn't survive.
It just didn't survive, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, there we are. So we'll find out. We'll keep you posted on that one on the 21st. Just be aware.
Okay.
We'll see if anything's cracking open.
You think you'll bring some
Crack-a-lacka.
just show and tell, maybe? Or
Oh, I would love to bring a little chickie.
yeah, bring a little chick, put it in a little box.
You bring one of you? You've got chicks. Bring yours.
Yeah, they're getting handfulish.
Handfulish?
Yeah, they're handfulish.
Okay.
They're getting big.
Well, you got a brooder and all that to keep them in? After you get them out of the tub? Where do you take your bath?
We just let them go. Here you go, guys. No, we've got a coop.
Okay.
It's hermetically sealed. I've got the chicken wire I got it in the ground where they can't leave and no one can come in.
Okay. They're safe. They'll be safe.
But I've got another chicken.
And it's warm enough, so it
Yeah,
will be.
It will be, yeah. Yeah, they can. Well, we'll put a light out there for
Yeah.
them anyway,
Yeah.
like a Motel 6.
Okay, Dan. That's lovely. Hey, you want to go through some weather since
We
we're,
can, yeah. Areas of
this?
frost before 11. I don't know. Did you see any frost this morning?
I did not.
Okay, well, this must have been in the upper elevations maybe. Otherwise, Sunday it's going to be around 62 for the high today, and then areas of frost after 4 a.m. tonight. Otherwise, clear with the low around 33 degrees. Tuesday, widespread frost mainly before 8 a.m. Otherwise, sunny with a high near 64 for Tuesday. Tuesday night, low 45. It's creeping up. The temperature's creeping up a little bit. And then Wednesday, mostly sunny with a high near 74. Overnight low is 50. And then what are we doing Thursday?
Thursday is a 20% chance of shower. I thought we were done with the rain chances.
Whoops.
With a high of 72 on Thursday. And then Thursday night, mostly clear, low of 44. Friday, sunny with a high of 65. Friday night, mostly clear, low of 40. Saturday is a high of 70. Saturday night, low of 48. And finally, our last day is a Sunday, a high of 76.
That's good.
By the way, let's mention our show sponsor,
Let's do it.
Stone Bank.
Boulder Banking.
Banking.
Yes.
We want to thank them for being our show sponsor. We appreciate that very much. Hopefully somebody has faith in us because we don't know. We just do what we do.
Yep.
All right, let's ponder something.
Okay.
Now tell us about your vision here.
A topic to ponder. It's always difficult to come up with something that we hadn't already talked about. But I thought let's talk about our self a little bit
Okay.
and improving
Practice.
and health and different things like
This
that.
this will probably help you decide if you like yourself
Yep.
or not.
Or what the heck can you do about it?
Exactly.
Or maybe nothing.
Right. All right, hang on.
Get up, get moving, get those thinking caps on. It's time to ponder this topic.
Dan, I want to ask the question.
Okay.
If you could, would you change your hair situation?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Would you have hair? More hair?
Yeah.
What would you do with your hair?
I lost my hair like prematurely for some reason. It was going fine there for a while, and then within a year, it went from hair to what you're seeing here now.
Does your brother have
Yeah, he's
lack
about
of hair?
He's about the same, yeah.
Was your father that way? Lack of
Yeah,
hair?
about the same, yeah.
So that it's hereditary.
Yeah, but I thought I would bypass all that crap.
What makes you think you were going to be special?
Well, you're kind of stuck in this body. You kind of think you are special.
That's true.
Yeah, if you could, would you change your hair situation? I think most people would. Women complain about if they've got straight hair, they want curly hair. If they got curly hair, they want straight hair. If it's short hair, they want long hair. If it's long, if it's one color, they don't want another color. And they want the streaks and the highlights and
all the things,
all the extensions.
I would like to go back to long hair for a day or two and see how I like it.
Well, you can
but
put
I'm
a
not going
wig
to tell
on.
you I want to permanently do anything with it.
Yeah.
I don't want to put a wig on. I just want my hair to be, just to try it. I mean, it used to be long.
Yeah.
So maybe I'd like it again. I don't know. The only thing I can think of, ladies, is that I would like to be able to put it in a ponytail and not do anything for the day with it, because I can't really do that. But anyway, I don't know. We're curious as to what all you people out there in radio and live stream land and TV.
Yeah, some people look good with short hair. Some people don't
that.
look good with short hair.
I've kind of grown accustomed to it. I mean, I've had it for 20 whatever years. Short hair.
Kelly and I will be watching a movie or something. Last night we were watching Yellowstone. No, we were watching 1923, the finale.
Oh, okay.
And one of the characters, they got long hair, kind of like some of the guys have long hair down to here. He's wearing a hat, and I says, I think I'll let my hair grow like that, and just have long hair on the side. And she goes, no.
No. Does she like it like it is? I think it kind of doesn't matter because you've got what you've got.
I've got what I got, yeah.
Right. But we are curious what our audience thinks. And on our Facebook page, Around the Table, you can go find our graphic, which asks the question of the topic to ponder. If you could, would you change your hair situation?
Yep.
Mine is all about permanence. I don't know. What if I don't like it? There you go.
Well, at least you have some.
True that.
Yeah.
True that. All righty. There you are.
Yeah.
You want to move on?
We do.
Ran that in the
We're
ground.
doomed to repeat ourselves, so let's find out what happened today in history.
Okay, the first one we cannot do, but 76 years ago, the Rodgers and Hammerstein musical South Pacific opened on Broadway. And one of the songs from that was, I'm going to wash that man right out of my hair. Okay, next.
The United States of America is breaking diplomatic relations with the government of Iran.
Okay. 45 years ago today, 5 months after the American embassy in Tehran was seized, President Carter expelled all Iranian diplomats from the United States. Good for him.
Okay.
Rwanda's recovery has been remarkable, but unresolved tensions from that dark period have been linked to alleged assassinations, suppression of dissent, and conflict in neighboring Congo.
31 years ago, a day after the presidents of Rwanda and Burundi, Burundi, died in a missile attack on their aircraft, the moderate Hutu prime minister of Rwanda, Agathe, and her husband were killed by Rwandan soldiers in the 100 days that followed. Hutu extremists slaughtered hundreds of thousands of minority Tutsi and Hutu moderates. The BBC's Annie Soy was the one with the story on that.
You're wrong. And if you make a bad decision, you have to live by that decision.
This was 10 years ago. A white South Carolina police officer, Michael Slager, was charged with a murder in an unarmed black man, Walter Scott. Slager first reported he feared for his life, but video taken by a bystander showed the officer firing his gun at Scott, who was running away. North Charleston Mayor Keith Summey announced the charges against Slager.
Okay.
But if we end up with that gridlock, I would say, if you can, Mitch, go nuclear.
8 years ago, the Senate invoked the nuclear option to confirm Supreme Court nominee Neil Gorsuch with a simple majority. The official vote was 54 to 45 down party lines. A month earlier, President Trump, whatever his name was, President Trump had encouraged Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell to go nuclear if the Senate encountered gridlock on the decision.
The yeas are 53, the nays are 47.
With Vice President Kamala Harris presiding, Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson made history. The 51-year-old who wrote in her high school yearbook she hoped to be a judge will be the Supreme Court's first black woman justice, fulfilling a campaign promise by President Biden. He watched the vote in the White House with Jackson, who Senate Democrats celebrated.
3 years ago, the Senate confirmed Ketanji Brown Jackson in the Supreme Court, shattered a historic barrier by securing her place as the first black female justice. CBS News legal correspondent Jan Crawford had more on the story.
And the next is a birthday cut. John Oates, the Oates of the group Hall & Oates, was born 77 years ago. He took a rare turn on lead for the song How Does It Feel to Be Back? And we can't play that audio, but dang, that makes me feel old.
Yeah, a little bit.
They're that old. Goodness.
I like the third choice. I keep the disc, and I throw you both off.
Yeah. Action movie star Jackie Chan was born on this day 71 years ago. Oh, I love those movies he makes.
Do you?
But you know, he doesn't do those anymore. I mean, he can't.
Right.
He can't. He's too.
Well, we all get old, don't we?
Get old. Yeah, I can't do it.
There you go.
My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius, commander of the armies of the North, general of the Felix Legions, loyal servant to the true emperor Marcus Aurelius.
Actor Russell Crowe was born this day 61 years ago. He was born in 1964. He won an Oscar for his leading role in Gladiator. I've heard that Gladiator 2 is not near as...
Yeah, I've watched it.
Do you find that to be the case for you? The second just doesn't cut the mustard?
Well, I mean, it was so iconic, the first one.
Right.
And it was impactful. The characters were really solid, and, you know, you got to connect with all of them. And then when they try to do it again, it's like, okay.
Especially if they don't get the same cast even.
Yeah.
It's always squirrely. But
there's
are.
There's a formula for making them good.
What is that? Don't do it twice?
All the above.
Don't try to recreate?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's kind of amazing how many movies and all that are like recreations. You know, I mean, like, let's have an original thought is my thought. Why do we have to reinvent the wheel?
I'll tell you why.
Why? Tell me why.
Because they said, you know how much money we made on this movie? Let's make another one quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Whatever. All right. Well, let's take a break.
Okay.
And when we get back from the break, we will have Julie Jasper in the studio, and she is with the Mary Mother of God Catholic Church and going to talk about their upcoming Lenten concert. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Around the Table with Dan and Ann, and we have in the studio Julie Jasper. Julie is, she says she's in the background, but I don't believe it. But Julie is with the Mary Mother of God Catholic Church, and you are the what? The music minister? I don't know what they call you specifically, but
tell me. Music director.
The music director.
Liturgical music minister. Yeah.
Okay. And you have a concert coming up that this is a yearly thing during the Lenten season, and it's a Lenten concert. And tell us about what to expect for people who want to maybe listening and go, oh, I didn't know that was there. Let me hear all the details about that.
Yeah. Well, first of all, it'll be this coming Sunday, which is Palm Sunday, April 13th at 4 p.m. And it's more of a prayer service.
Okay.
So we call it a concert, but it's really more of a prayer service. So we have scripture based on the 7 last words of Christ, which I'm sure many Christians are already familiar with. And in between those readings of Scripture, we will have different performances by our Mary Mother of God choir, but also we have recently formed within the last year or so the Angelique Chorus, which is a group of about 11 ladies. And this year we've got some help from our neighboring church down the road from us. A couple of ladies have graciously offered to step in and to sing with us. And anyway, and we'll also have individual performances.
Okay.
So,
And you have tapped into some instrumentalists that I guess attend there at Mary Mother of God, but you've also incorporated some people from in the community that are talented in that department as well, and they will be also involved in the concert. Is that correct?
Right. So we've got a violinist that will be joining us, Amy Briggs from Briggs Music Studio, and then also Myrna Britton from the Episcopal Church. She'll be playing the organ on my solo, and we utilize mostly members of our own music ministry, and then also music ministry from St. Andrews, which is our mission parish in Yellville.
Oh, okay.
Scott Vasconcelos is the music director out there. So he'll be providing some praise and worship music with his lovely wife, Katie. They always do a beautiful job, and he's an amazing guitarist. So we have classical pieces, we have choral music, praise and worship music, and then we will close. We also have congregational pieces in between as well. So just to allow the those attending the concert to be able to pray with us in song as well.
Right, and please don't let it be a deterrent for you because you don't attend a Catholic church. Don't know the I don't know the proper term or the proper way to describe that, but
the etiquette.
The etiquette, I guess, if you want to use that word, for coming to the Catholic Church, because it is different than some Christian churches, and don't let that be a problem.
Yeah, you're having this praise and worship is what you're saying. This is kind of a Bible Belt region where they would understand that, but when you use it in a Catholic Church format, it seems like, wow, they do that there.
Right.
And I guess you do.
Yeah, well, on a completely different note, with the arrival of Father Ben Riley, he's been now at our parish now for about 3 years, I think. And so he has started a praise and worship mass once a month at our 5 p.m. mass, which is our vigil mass on Saturday evening. So,
that's when the praise and worship.
That's when we have our praise and worship mass, and it's usually once a month at the 5 p.m. mass. And then we have our traditional choir on Sunday mornings at the 8:30 mass.
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know. I mean, until I started trying to be, what did I just say? Trying to be involved. Until I was involved in something there, I had no idea that the Catholic Church offered so many different, I just had a traditional view of what the Catholic Church service look like. And this is so much more.
Right.
And specifically on this concert with the 7 Last Words, the scripture readings will really help to, and the music will really help to set you into the mood of Holy Week, because
absolutely,
as we all know, Palm Sunday is the week before Jesus rose from the grave. And do you do anything on like Maundy Thursday for?
Oh yes,
yes.
Okay.
Well, so, I mean, I'm thinking if somebody's listening and they don't know about these things, give us a rundown of what Holy Week looks like.
Right. So Holy Week begins with Palm Sunday. So we we'll have Mass Palm Sunday. Then we also have Mass Holy Thursday, in remembrance of the Last Supper. It's also the institution of the Eucharist, which is central to Catholic belief. And also is the institution of the priesthood that we celebrate on Holy Thursday, going into Good Friday, and then the Easter Vigil Mass. We've got several people who will be catechumens who will be joining the church.
Tell me what the
catechumens. So those who have been baptized in other denominations, other Christian denominations, and one being my daughter-in-law will be joining the church. Easter Vigil, and then we also have those who have never been baptized, and so they will. I think there's 2 that will be joining the church, and so we celebrate that Easter Vigil. We begin with a beautiful service of light at the very beginning of that Mass. And then, of course, Easter Sunday, it's just a big joyous celebration, as it is in many other Christian churches, excuse me, in the area. So, followed by the big egg hunt, of course, right?
There's got to be an egg hunt. I mean, Easter's not Easter without the egg hunt, right? Tell our listeners and viewers a little bit about maybe you, as far as I'm gonna hit on you. Well, I mean, you recently received your, was it I don't know what it was. Was it master's?
I'm
your
a
master's,
PhD,
wasn't it?
No.
Okay.
No, it was my bachelor's of vocal music education. Yeah.
Okay.
So I was a late bloomer.
What made you decide to do that?
I knew when I was in kindergarten that I wanted to be a music teacher.
Okay.
I was one of those kids that had all of my stuffed animals lined up, and a little choir, and
oh boy,
yeah,
you knew.
And
then
I tortured my brothers to sit in my classroom.
How funny!
Yeah, and so I married at a very young age, had children, and my first husband was very ill. Lost my first husband, and so life just happened, and it was the right time for me to go back. And my Greg, my current husband, is just extremely supportive and said, you need to do this. It's been a lifelong dream. So I received my bachelor's of vocal music education in December of 2023. With a bunch of kids who were half my age.
How did that make you feel? Were you intimidated by the fact that they're younger? Or?
At first I was, but they were so welcoming, and we learned from one another.
Right.
You never get too old to learn something, or from someone to learn from you, vice versa. And it was great.
Are you a for hire? I'm serious. Like if somebody says, oh, I bet she's good, because she is good. I'm just going to tell you. But, I mean, do you sing for does this keep you totally busy at the church, or do you have other?
It's pretty busy.
Well, I know when we come to rehearsal that you have like things going on before and after our segment.
Yeah, so our music ministry has really, really grown. So we have the adult choir. We used to call it the adult choir. Now it's just the MMG choir, because we have so many amazing teens that participate in it. So we have that. And we also have the youth choir. We have a hand chimes choir. We have a handbell choir. Now we have the praise and worship group, the Faith Troubadours. And we even have a silver bells group that.
What is that?
Yeah, so I started this group as more like a therapeutic, for senior citizens,
Okay.
like Silver
Oh, cool.
Bells.
Yeah.
And
Silver sneakers, silver bells.
that's right. And so they have just, they're like little monsters. Like, we want to perform. So it started
Wow.
off with, the 3 F's, food, fellowship, and fun.
Food always brings them.
Yes, and let me tell you, they can cook. But they've performed in a couple of nursing homes in the community.
Oh, that's cool.
Which has just
Yeah.
been wonderful. And the Christmas program that they provided at Maple Esplanade was just over the top. It was
Wow.
unbelievable. There's a great bunch.
Well,
So,
that's really neat. I'm glad to know more about the in-depth part of what happens with music ministry at the church, because I had no idea. I just knew that you and your accomplishment as far as being able to direct all this, for sure. Again, we want to hit that the Lenten concert is this coming Sunday
yes.
afternoon at 4 p.m. at the Mary Mother God Catholic Church. And next year we're going to have Julie on just a little bit earlier when she can talk about the Lenten lunches, because but they do that too.
Just kind of got away from us,
right?
yeah.
But that they do that as well to observe during the Lenten season, which started right at Ash Wednesday, or
Actually, it was the Friday after Ash Wednesday.
Wednesday. Okay.
A group of men, the Knights of Columbus from our parish, provide a Lenten meal every Friday
Wow.
evening.
Wow.
So, except Good Friday.
And this event's free, right?
The Lenten meal.
The concert. I'm sorry. Yeah.
The concert is free.
Okay.
Yes, we will be accepting
donations.
Yes, donations, which goes to the music ministry. But the one thing that, especially since Father Ben has been at our parish, and he's reached out with other pastors within the community, which has just been wonderful. But it's really kind of nudged us in a direction where to be more community oriented. We go Christmas caroling every Christmas to the local nursing homes and homebound. I remember COVID, we couldn't get the whole group together, so Anne and I and,
that's right.
and Lisa,
Yes.
so we got together and
we caroled at a few people's houses.
We did. We just because it just meant so much to people to have that
Well, I'm sure it meant a lot to you too, to be able to do it.
Most
Yes.
certainly.
Yeah, we benefit from it just as much, if not more, than the employees at the nursing facilities and also the residents there. But also we've taken the handbell choir for the Harrison Christmas Parade the last couple of years on the square. Yes.
Uh-oh.
Are you set at the square then?
On the south side of the square.
Well, y'all should be on a float playing, so we can talk about you when you
that'd be
come
cool.
by us.
Yeah.
You need to think about that,
I
Julie.
need to think about that, Ann.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Ann. I'll add that to my list.
But I'm glad to, yeah, exactly. I'm glad to know that you are. I had no idea. I mean, we announced the thing in the hospital parking lot as they come by, but we'll have to hit on that next year if you do that again.
The Trail Life group in our parish, they were serving hot cocoa in the tent right next to us, so it was kind of nice. You come listen to some Christmas carols on the handbells and free hot cocoa.
Were you hot? Were you cold?
It was pretty chilly.
Yeah.
We had a lot of clothespins to keep the music in place.
Chilly, but they're there, and this is something you love to do, and you love to share your talent, but as well your the people in your group that are very talented.
I love my job, and I love the people that I work with.
Yeah.
It's pretty great.
Cool.
So.
Well, Julie, I want to thank you for taking time out this morning to come and talk to us about the Lenten concert. And again, that's April 13th, which is Palm Sunday at the Mary Mother of God Catholic Church at 4 p.m. And it's the middle building if you have not been there, because it used... It's the
Right.
middle building.
Right, yeah. Before my time, I think it was in the building on the right, which is now our parish hall. So it's just as you pull into the parking lot, it's just right in front of you.
I'm sure you'll see people coming in. So, well, thank you.
Thank
Anything
you.
else you want to tell our listeners, viewers, anything? Just show up, be there, be square, or what?
The lovely Ann Limley is singing with us, and we are just honored to have her helping out our ladies chorus, our Angeli chorus.
Tickled to be there.
So, and we all just love you and
Well-
Leisha, and we thank you both for
Well, thank you.
joining us.
It blesses me in the process, for sure. So I appreciate being asked. But anyway, y'all attend. I'm not because I'm in there, but because you're gonna, it is Holy Week. So let's get our hearts and minds in that frame of mind, and be there.
Amen.
All right, we're gonna take another break, and when we come back, we'll go over some community stuff.
Yep.
How about that? All right, stay with us. We'll be right back.
Discover a world of stories at Books on Main Street, where every page is an adventure, from fantasy to autobiographies. Find your next read at 1021 North Main Street in Harrison. Open Tuesday through Friday, 9:30 till 5, and Saturday, 9:30 till 3. Dive into a book today.
So you've got Medicare, and changes in the air, and ads and seminars are showing up everywhere. Now you can't trust everything you hear, but we can help to ease your fears. Come on down to Hickory Hill Insurance. We've been serving Harrison for 15 years.
Hickory Hill Insurance, 870-743-9006. We're going to help you get this right.
Hi, I'm Steve Hartley. During the downtown streetscape renovation, we want to invite you to Dick's 5 and 10. Parking is available behind the store, and our front door is open. Each week, we are giving away 5 $100 shopping sprees. Dick's 5 and 10 is here for you Monday through Saturday till 9 p.m. But remember, shipping is also available. Please join us and see if you're one of our shopping spree winners.
Winter weather can cause havoc on your chimney, causing wear and tear inside and out. Did you know that many chimney fires go unnoticed? Chimney fires are not always visible with big flames and smoke. Slow-burning chimney fires can go unseen and linger for days inside your chimney. Keep your home and family safe by having your chimney cleaned and inspected by a licensed trained professional. Call Professional Chimney Services, 870-517-5990. Your local chimney experts for over 25 years.
You want a sink? And where you want that sink doesn't have all the plumbing you need? L&J Plumbing Supply offers the compact drain from Liberty Pumps. I'm Jeff Justice with L&J Plumbing Supply. Whether you are adding a bar sink downstairs, a utility sink in the garage, or are making a great outdoor kitchen, the compact drain pump gives you options. You can get the details and other ideas at L&J Plumbing Supply in Branson and Stone County.
If water moves through it, L&J has it. L&J Plumbing Supply.
He is risen. May our hearts be filled with hope, peace, and love as we remember the sacrifice of Jesus Christ. It's time to celebrate his greatest miracle of all. May you experience the love of God this Easter and always.
This message is brought to you by Branson Country USA at Grand Country in Branson. Splash Car Wash in Harrison.
Welcome back to Around the Table with Dan and Ann. We were shuffling papers on that break, weren't we, Dan?
We sure were.
And Ann wanted to stay live for the entire segment of the break because why not, right?
Yes.
Dan said, you never went to break. Y'all, it's good to have people that know what they're doing here when you don't.
Well, if I knew what I was doing, I would have told you the minute it happened. But
well, you're not supposed to have to look out for me, but guess what? I don't know who's going to look out for me when you're gone. That's going to be the problem.
I don't know. You're on your own. I'm not going to worry about it.
You shouldn't.
Yeah. You going to worry about me when you're gone?
No.
Oh.
I don't worry about it.
Okay.
I don't worry about it ever, though, because you've got the mental guru, technical, techie, tech.
Okay.
There you go.
All right.
Hey, let's mention again that Stone Bank is our show sponsor.
Boulder Banking.
And we appreciate Stone Bank very much for sponsoring Around the Table.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We got some April stuff going on.
We do. And if you're doing it's froze.
Okay.
If you're doing the tax service, the AARP Tax Aid free tax preparation drop-off service is available at the old City Hall building. There's only a few days left to get your taxes done. They have packets available. You can go inside, get the packet, fill it out, take it back in. You will need to have a photo ID, and those services are going on right now. And this is Camp Jack is offering this through some qualified tax preparation people, preparers. Yes.
That was easy for you to say.
Yes. Anyway, that's happening till I'm sure April 15th.
Okie dokie.
So check that out.
But I bet they would prefer that you get them in there
early as possible.
Early, like now, would be the thing to do. Also, we want to mention that Valley Springs Kindergarten is open for enrollment, and you can go to valley.k12.ar.us and register. And the child that you're registering must be 5 years old by August 1st to be eligible to register. There you are.
Okay.
So get her done.
And the Friends of the Library is having their spring book sale. It's going to be Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, April 10th, 11th, and the 12th. The Thursday one will be from 4 to 6:45. The Friends of the Library members only.
So you can go at that time and become a member and be able to attend, which is
I think it's $5 a year.
Yeah, I think you're right, Dan.
Friday, April 11th from 9 to 4:45, open to the public, and then a half price sale on Saturday, April 12th from 9 to 2. If you want more information about that, 870-741-5913. And
let me mention this half price day on the 12th is like you bring in or they give you a bag. I can't remember if you brought in a bag or they just gave you a bag, but for the whole bag, you put whatever books you want in this bag, and it's like, I think it's from a bargain room.
Yeah.
So they have them separated out. $3, and you can get them
$3 a bag.
Bunch of stuff.
Okay.
Bunch of
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Okie dokie.
Yes.
Next. The Challenged Outdoorsman Arkansas Chicken Dinner Fundraiser, April 11th, starting at 10 a.m. and ending at 2 p.m. Pre-orders need to be happening now by April 10th. They're raising funds to purchase new adaptive hunting and fishing equipment and supplies for the disabled and challenged youth, adults, and or military veterans. Dinner is $10. It includes smoked chicken, tater salad, and some baked beans. They will be set up at Powell Home and Ranch on the bypass there. And for more information, you can contact Robert at 870-917-7765. And again, that's April 11th.
Okay.
So, there you are. Also, who doesn't love a good Easter egg hunt, right?
Yes.
Don't you think? Well, here's The Boone County Library Children's Department is going to sponsor the Easter egg hunt on the courthouse lawn Friday, April 18th at 4:15 p.m. Ages range from 0 to 18. So I guess you can bring your baby in your arms and go hunt Easter eggs, right? Hey, it doesn't matter, right? Be on the lookout for special prizes that will be tucked inside some of the eggs. You do need to bring your own basket for your child or your basket. Make sure your child has their basket. But again, that's April. There's something special that day besides an Easter egg hunt, but you know.
Okay.
Anyway. Yeah.
Then, as we talked about during the interview, Mary Mother of God and St. Andrew's Music Ministries presents a Lenten concert. This is going to be a one-night only Sunday, April 13th, featuring Ann Lemley.
No, it's not featuring Ann Lemley.
Well, I mean, you'll be there.
I will be there.
Will you be doing a solo?
No.
Okay. You'll just be in the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I will be, with the choir.
In the choir.
Mm-hmm.
To reflect and mediate on the final words of our Savior Jesus Christ prior to his passion and death, the MMG Socials Committee will provide refreshments in the parish hall following the concert. Okay.
There you are. And then lastly, for April, we have a reminder that CASA will have Jeeping for CASA on April 26th. And you can go to www.casaofna.org for more information and also to be able to sign up to attend. And I saw a picture we had Becky Greenwood in to talk about this, and she had ran the route, I guess.
Oh, did she?
Or someone had. She had a muddy window or a muddy mirror in the picture, and they had kind of done a test run through all the wetness of this week.
They usually keep that a secret.
Well, they didn't tell us what it is.
Oh, they didn't tell you where.
They did not, but they had run the route.
Just remember that this is a fundraiser for CASA, and it's $40 a vehicle.
Okay.
Yep. So,
and you can go to that website. What is it again? www.casaofna.org, and I think you can order merchandise.
Yeah, you can do it.
There
They've got
as
T-shirts
well.
this year.
So,
or you could just give them a call, 870-517-8432.
Okay. Dan?
Yes?
How about we go to another break?
Okay.
Okay. I'll try to get us off air this time. Stay with us. We'll be right back. back. Can't hear myself. Well, hello. Welcome back to Around the Wait, no. Okay, do this look. Y'all, Dan, you've learned to handle me kind of like my husband has. And what do I mean?
No
by
other choice.
You just let me talk. You just let me talk.
Well, I figure since you're digging the hole so well, keep on digging.
I asked Richard last night about, I said, I didn't used to like talk all the time, did I? And he said, no, you didn't. But I said, does it annoy you? You know, I mean, what's he going to say? Yes, but probably not. But he just said, no, I find it cute. So.
Well, yeah.
Whatever.
It's the constant entertainment that you don't have to buy a ticket for.
Well, he said you don't. I mean, he's just like it takes it. He's not a talker, but he will definitely say something about the fact that he doesn't have to talk because I do all the talking.
There you go.
So it's very convenient. People, try it. You might like it.
Are you worried that maybe when you get to be to the point where you are old and you're talking and you're carrying on a complete conversation without anybody at all, and you don't really care where you're at when you do it?
Well, then I probably won't care that I'm doing all that.
Probably not.
Right? Maybe that's a better way to be. Right? I don't know.
Hopefully.
Gee, Dan, I don't know. Don't you talk to yourself? Do you talk to yourself?
I say things every now and then, yeah.
Out loud?
Well, like, how the hell did that happen? You know, those kind of things.
Yeah. Do you have some trendy thing to?
Yeah. There's a guy. There's a guy here that caused a huge accident on the highway when he dropped his donut. This happens to us all the time, right?
I don't.
I mean,
drop your donut?
If you drop your donut, if you're driving along and you drop your donut, what do?
You go pick it up.
Do you pick it up or do you?
5 second rule.
Or what would you do though? You're in traffic.
If I dropped my donut?
Yeah.
I don't know that I would try to.
Just leave it there, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Until you get to a place and then you pick it up.
A safe place.
You'd pick it up and then eat it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, this guy caused a 3-car pileup in Ohio last week. The crash happened during the morning commute when a driver reached for his coffee, dropped his donut.
Aww.
He got so distracted looking for the sweet tart or the sweet treat that he didn't notice a curve in the road just ahead, which caused him to veer into the wrong side of the road, and he smashed into 2 other vehicles.
Wow.
He swiped one car and then slammed into another. There were some injuries, but nothing major, and no word on the condition of the donut afterwards. So we don't know if, what happened to the donut.
Did the donut survive?
I would think that if the man was so focused on getting that donut, even hitting 2 other vehicles, crossing the line of traffic, that as soon as his car came to a halt, he grabbed that donut and took the biggest bite out of it and said, there.
He destroyed the evidence.
That'll teach you. Yeah, he destroyed the evidence.
So what does that tell you? Don't look down. Haven't you dropped something though and not looked?
Oh, yeah.
You just kind of felt around with your foot or whatever, your spare foot?
Yeah.
It's best not to be distracted.
I've got something that it was a can or something round that rolled, and it was in a vehicle that that had a clutch and it rolled under, and it got stuck under, and I had to, I don't know what I did, but it flipped me out because it's like
you can't push
don't
your
let
pedal.
Stuff roll around in your car. It's dangerous.
Yeah. Be sure everything's secured, I guess.
Yeah.
And locked down. We don't want any of that.
No.
Okay, what else now?
A man has been charged with endangerment and assault after allegedly trying to open the emergency door during a flight from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, to Sydney, Australia. That's a long trip, I would imagine. He was moved to a seat in the middle of the plane where he then tried to open a different emergency door.
Oh, good grief.
The crew and passengers tried to restrain the man, and during the tussle, he started choking a crew member.
Uh-oh.
He'd been charged with 2 counts of endangerment and 1 count of assault. His lawyer is arguing that he mixed a bag of sleeping, or he mixed his sleeping pills with booze.
Not a good plan, people. even if you're not flying.
This is why you always take duct tape with you on a flight.
Hey, I want to mention that today is March Madness Men's Finals tonight. I don't know where we stand here at the station. I know I was knocked out a long time ago.
Men's Finals. So
yeah.
The last game, maybe.
Stay tuned. It is National No Housework Day.
Okay. You don't have to ever worry about that.
No, but nope. National Beer Day.
Okay.
How nice. Metric System Day. International Beaver Day.
Okay.
Oh, it's
Damn
not Bunny Day. It's Beaver Day.
Hey, well, maybe I'll find one along the way and take him home.
National Public Television Day and Billie Jean King Walk of Fame Day.
All right.
All right, people. We'll be back tomorrow. Dan will be at the helm. You can thank me later.
Everything will be just fine.
Just fine.
Trust me.
Exactly. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. for Around the Table with Dan and Ann.